All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Red Tag podcast. It's me, your host, Chanda, and I'm broadcasting live from Ontario, Canada. And of course, I've been joined by our very own Vakalinda, our very voice that matters here at this podcast. We, we need a voice to be heard.
Oh my God.
Especially big
Oh,
lady, we need that lady voice, to put us pen in
well.
the right direction.
Oh,
So
well,
yeah,
we're here.
so
Here we
Vakalinda,
are.
Vakalinda, go ahead and introduce yourself to the public, to the Red Tag Media
Ah,
family.
what should I say? Okay, hello, Red Dog. I host Bantu TV. Kalinda Shichinda is my name. I'm a long time, former Times of Zambia journalist, media expert, communication, you name it. Here I am to spice up the Red Tag team
Yes,
for a change.
for a change. Oh man, so
Yes,
yes, wonderful. So we got a lot of topics to cover. Of course, we have major big issues happening, of course, in the patriotic front. And, of course, we know what happened. Chavinga had given a directive to say, shout down the PF Secretariat, that no more meetings will be held there. Anything done or related to the patriotic front should go through me or his Secretary General. Now, which is so very confusing because now, legally, yes, we of course know that he's got the documentation and his name is what's known at the registry status, and so now there's so many internal wrangles. Immediately said that I think there were two meetings that were held that same day. I think about Munduvile, and I think I don't know the other person that was there as well. When we saw Banan kind of, what's happening with the Davis Mwila? Did
that
you
man
start?
yeah, that man. I mean, from the voice, the way he came out, I think the guy should be at home.
He should be at home. Mwila was
Yes, no,
I
no,
guess.
no, 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 no. Because what they're doing here, they're killing him like they killed Banan
Mm,
Basat.
mm,
I'm just saying. Let's not forget
mm,
Basata on that national address he had.
mm.
You could tell that the man was, not up in, health wise. You can tell.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
what happened to him a few weeks later? He was gone. So let's not. What's going on with that?
Yeah, but PF, that's what
Like,
I mean about PF when they're in the desperate mode, they do anything. But yeah, guess who has joined us? It's the dog himself. I
oh,
think
thank
he had a
God.
few margaritas and decided to say, you know what, let me jump in today.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
But Doc,
goodness.
how are you? Are you there, Doc? If you're maybe you're
I'm
muted.
telling you,
I didn't
he's
hear you.
right now he's
Can't
Uh,
you hear
trying
me?
to
I'm
he
talking to
wants
my
to
I'm
he
talking
no,
to
was
myself.
I knew he was muted. He
no
was muted.
he was pulling away from some Spanish woman, I can tell you. Because right,
No.
the man is fluent in Spanish now. Remember that? Huh?
Uh,
I, I am telling you.
but
uh,
welcome to the show, Doc.
hello, everybody. Don't listen to my sister there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, anyway, so
Tell
good
him.
afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good night, people. It's nice, bright afternoon here. We're
Yeah.
just
But and ask him where he is right now. What is he looking at right now? I'm just saying.
Well, I think he can speak. He can answer for himself. I don't know if
Oh no no no!
where are you,
Ask him.
But Doc, at where are you? She wants to
I'm
know.
I'm in the comfort
Curious.
of my house.
Uh,
All right
she's
then.
very curious. She wants to know.
The
I'm
comfort
curious
comfort
where
of my
he is
house.
right now. He's at the yacht club. I know he's at the yacht club right now.
No.
so,
That's
so
that's a
you
joke
just
for you.
found that, but Doc. you just found us when we're tackling the first topic. We haven't even, tackled it yet. We just introduced it. Of course, we're talking about the PF Secretariat. Still open despite Bachavinga's directive to close it, and hot all PF related activities until further notice. And but of course, we know that right after he made those statements or announcements, we had other political players that were there and they held meetings and they were rallying for the presidency. And I think they are going to hold a convention. I don't know when this year. So that's where we are.
There is one faction, PF faction, going for the Luvinda
camp.
The Luvinda camp, yeah, but doesn't mean that all of them have agreed on this convention of theirs. But anyway, the other thing is about that secretariat. It was vandalized last night, or is it last night or this morning? I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was today in the morning. I think I don't know what was happening. There was something happening in town today. Yeah,
the people went there and smashed windows and furniture inside, and they're saying it's UPND people who have done it, but you can't know with all these factions of theirs amongst themselves. Any one of them could do that.
That's true. That is very true.
But they're alleging that it's UPND that has done it, but I don't know.
I think I've seen a few videos. I've seen a few videos. I could see a lot of street kids, for one. Those cannot be UPND members. Most of them are just unruly street kids. Most of these junkies. And you know how it is. People want to take advantage of the situation. And anyone, especially those junkies, when there's an opportunity to behave unruly, they'll do it. In a heartbeat. And like you said, there's so many factions in the PF itself, and of course we cannot know who's who. And UPND members are for the most part, very, very they follow what the leaders are saying. And the leaders said no terrorism, no violence, no unruly behavior, and that's a directive from the commander in chief. Rakalinda, what do you think about the whole situation here?
First of all, I'm confused. I am so confused right now. So, first of all, I'm disappointed in one individual who seems to be a front runner, and this is by the name of Munduvile. Munduvile is a lawyer. Okay, so right now he knows who's in charge of the PF legally. And there's no doubt, everybody knows the person who is in charge of the PF, who has, like he says, let me quote himself, Chavinga, he says he has the Lugwalo, he has the document stating that he is the rightful owner or president of the PF, and him and his Secretary General, Bangona, they have the right to make decisions on how the party needs to move forward. So we saw Chavinga making an announcement. Was that Thursday? God, I can't even keep up with the PF. So he made an announcement this week, stating that there will be no meetings to be held at the PF. Only his camp is, has the right to do that. The moment he did that, what did we see? Brian Munduvile, a lawyer. Okay, he's a lawyer. He abrogated the rules of the land, paid people to go over there and held meetings. So what does that mean? He's a lawyer. Shouldn't he follow what the rules are? Are those people still thinking we are still in the PF era where they could do whatever they wanted to do at the expense of the law? That's one. Two, Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu in his...
It's called Malukula.
Okay, I've changed it. Malukula, yes, like I said last week. Malukula Makebizu. He flies from South Africa to announce that he's going to be on the ballot.
Mm.
In the meantime, we have Valungu still in the mortuary. He's rotting. I mean, what is the? Where is his moral compass? Why are you holding that? Because basically what he's doing, him and Esther Lungu and all the Lungu, family, they are holding that body to hostage. And we know, and he came out and said, he announced that, he's coming, if he wins the elections next year, he's going to release all those PF people that are in jail who have been convicted for corruption and all other nonsense that they have been doing in the land of work and joy. Which is Zambia. So right there, it's telling you he's bringing Kadarism back, and also he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. So they think for themselves they have a set of rules that they need in Zambia to conduct their businesses politically or personal. It's scary for me because. Are we gonna go back to the days when people were being beaten up in markets for wearing the color red? Are we going back there?
That's a good question.
That's
$1 million question. Before
anyway, go ahead.
We'd like to invite. I'm sorry. Welcome Oscar Mwanza, who's just joined us. Mr. Mwanza, how are you? And how are you doing? How's the weekend?
I'm fine. How are you?
Thank you very much for
How is everybody?
Oh, we're doing fine.
We are fine.
We are doing fantastic.
You're doing fantastic.
Wait for we have moved on, man. We have moved on, darling. We've got bills. We have bills to pay, but name. We've got bills to pay. We moved on.
Okay, that's good.
They can bury the body whatever they want.
We are still waiting. He says the other things will take care of them after the funeral and after the burial. So we are still waiting.
So Makebi Zulu to South Africa is come to campaign for the president. What are you waiting on?
Wafia. So Mwanza, we just found that since kamba pale nkani ya confusion ya PF. So much confusion, and of course nobody knows which PF it is. Chavinga said the normal activities for Secretariat. Boom! All we see now, a lot of people are holding meetings there. They're rallying for presidency. Ramundu Vile wants to be the president. Everybody wants to be the president in the PF. So that's where we are. And I think Wakalinda was just winding up. Sorry to cut you short, Wakalinda. You can finish up your point, and then Mwenza can obviously come in and give us his 2 cents on that particular topic. Oh, Vakalinda's dropped out, or Vakalinda, I think she's dropped out. So, Mwanza, if you can, come in on this issue, just give us your 2 cents, really, with the confusion that's happening in the patriotic front.
Oh, actually, I like it. Let it just continue. I like it because time is on. This is why. As much as we may complain about other things, we have a constitution that says the second Thursday of an election year, we have an election. So we're not changing that date. So let them fight. Let them. Even me, I'm standing actually under PF. Since everybody with a name from northern or eastern can stand, I'm standing like them. Yeah. So. I like it. Let it just continue, and they'll run out of time. And by the time they come up with a candidate, at some point, ECZ will be compiling presidential candidates on the ballot. So let it continue. And also, the other thing I like it because they're just have issues with UPND, but on the other side, it's good. They are splitting the vote, so let it continue because everybody there can be a president. Even Chirufia, Dr. Chirufia, what's his name? The former health minister, I was surprised. He's also standing. Yeah. So whoever is going to lose, there will be another camp of grievers that I don't know. So yeah, let it continue.
Fantastic. Okay, now one other thing that happened that people were actually not expecting, or people have been waiting for a long time. The president finally visits Zimbabwe. You know, we know that there's always been that tension between the countries, a silent, kind of, disagreements in between. But Zimbabwe and Zambia, of course, looking at the past history, of course, from one side, Doc can explain that better. We've had relations for a very, very long time.
Yes.
We fight, and stuff like that. So there was that tension that was there. Nothing was said, but it was sort of like a Cold War that, for lack of a better term, that was happening between Zambia and Zimbabwe. And finally, he's in Zimbabwe. What does that mean for the relationships going forward between these two countries? I mean, it's a good thing, I think. I don't know, you guys. What do you think?
No, let the dog jump in because he was dating one of the Mnangagwas in Shikatende. So let him. Yes, he has inside info. Let the dog go ahead.
But Doc, go ahead. You've been put on blast.
Oh my God. Anyway, yeah. Regarding the confusion and all that type of thing, is that where we are at?
We are on the Zimbabwe trip. I mean, finally,
the
Zimbabwe has visited Zimbabwe. People, there was that tension between Zambia and Zimbabwe for a long time. So
the
finally,
Zimbabwe trip is good in the sense that they're trying to mend the relationship. Of course, Mnangagwa is pro-PF. He has always helped PF and he continues helping PF as we speak. I know that. And what I didn't like was the sending of a mercenary, that big guy, the businessman, the right-hand man from Mnangagwa to come to Zambia first, to come and meet HH and then talk to him before HH could take a trip. Because that guy is not liked by Zimbabweans. I don't know whether you saw him come to State House. He's a big boy. I'm told he's the Chola boy.
Like that,
the Chola boy from Mnangagwa. He's not in the government, but he commands a lot of basically running a lot of errands. So yeah, it's a good thing he went and they met. They sat there, they paused, but you could see from body language that there's nothing there other than diplomacy stuff. There's no true friendship. But it's okay from perspective. Let them talk as heads of states and head of state, and then let's see. They're talking about defense something. That meeting is all about defense strategy in the region, SADC stuff. Yeah, so to me that's just sugarcoating, but I don't think the relationship has been repaired because Mnangagwa is very, very stopped being pro PF in Zambia.
Okay. And Mr. Mwanza?
I would say it's good and bad, or good and dangerous at the same time. Mugabe said, there's some background noise there.
Yeah,
Mugabe said the Mnangagwa doesn't forget easily, so that's why I think it's dangerous. But I think it's good.
Kalinda, just mute yourself. Sorry, Mwanza.
Yeah.
Is it fair?
Yeah.
Is it
fair? Better. All right.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I was saying it's good and bad in the sense one thing Mugabe said about Mnangagwa when Mugabe was kicked out was he didn't think, he doesn't forget easily, doesn't forgive easily. So he's that's why it's called a crocodile. He's very patient. So what is behind Mnangagwa's scheming, we will never know. But I think for two countries, I think it is a good thing for trade. And also Mnangagwa, I think, has been playing the big brother. I think HH gave an example of those helicopters. One of them was in Zimbabwe. He has been cooperative. And I think one time he also sent Imenda to go and complain that the most Zambian people are running away from law enforcement. They are using Zimbabwe as they are running into Zimbabwe. So I think he has been a good brother there. I think to win HH's heart, but again, a crocodile is a crocodile. And also the other thing, I think we know Mnangagwa is PF, or ZANU PF is PF. So with the election coming in Zambia is also good or methodical on the part of HH to try to start making amends with our relationship with Zimbabwe. So personally, I raised my eyebrows, but what do I know?
Kalinda, what do you think?
Do you still hear the noise?
No, the noise is gone now.
It's
Okay, great. Okay. Well, here's where my thoughts are with that too. Just like Mr. Mwanzi just stated, I have two thoughts on that. So one, I think right now Zimbabwe needs Zambia more than we need them. Why do I say that? Zimbabwe is importing at least $430 million of our products in trade. What are we getting from Zimbabwe? Just under $200 million. So who needs the other more? Zimbabwe or Zambia in trade? Yeah. So, and then the most important thing is the Kariba Dam. We need to equally share that water. And I don't know why. I mean, we tend to use more than Zimbabwe, so we need to, mend, like Mr. Mwanza stated, our relationship. We need to mend it. Okay? And then when it comes to these PF guys who are running into Zimbabwe from, law enforcement, and then embarrassing us, people like JJ Banda, and this other one with NAP, who is in going through the court processes. This why me? No, so there needs to be some diplomatic, discussions there. So him going there, great, but I think let's not sleep on our laurels. Like somebody said, Mnangagwa is a crocodile, but he also, let's not forget that half of his relatives, they're in Mumbwa. They're big farmers.
He's got strong ties in Zambia.
Yeah, so and then he went to school in Zambia. From Mumbwa to Yunza. So he needs us more than we need, because if he messes with us, his bululus will be messed, and then his bululus have said, no, we are Zambians. We don't want to go back to Zimbabwe. Okay? So there is where I see that he also needs, even if he's a crocodile, he needs us more than we need him.
He's got more to lose than us.
Yeah, exactly. So I leave it there.
Okay. Well, Mr. Sakala has just joined us. Brian Sakala. Yeah, how are you, my brother?
Good, good. How are you, brother? How's everyone?
Everybody's fantastic.
We are fantastic.
We are awesome.
We are awesome, especially that Arsenal is not playing this weekend. We are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, okay. Are you in the UK?
No, I'm in the US for my. I'm in the US.
Oh, okay. I'm actually gonna be at the game next, the next Arsenal game.
Well, you need to hook me up. I need some tickets. I need no. Oh, you're going to the Derby or the North
Yes, I'm
London
gonna
Derby.
I'm gonna be a Javi. I'm not gonna wear my jersey, so I avoid all the hooliganism that happens there. So I'm gonna make sure
Oh,
I'm careful.
but it's going to be at the Emirates. You should wear your jersey. Why not? I mean, if it's at
I
the Emirates.
I just don't want to end up on the wrong side of the stick.
All right. So yeah, hook me up. I need some tickets.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
But
I'll
I
send you.
need.
There's a very credible fan website. It's not like obviously the Vivid or StubHub. It's very different but similar. But people don't charge crazy.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, it's very legit. Yeah.
I'll love that because I mean I'm a member of the U.S. Arsenal
Oh, okay. Cool.
national. Yeah, but they release like 40 tickets by the time they are saying we have tickets,
Hmm.
and when you
They're
go to
gone.
they're gone. So,
Hmm.
but
But those
I
are
certainly
fun
need.
though. The watch
Yeah,
parties are fun though. They're really fun.
no, but I want to be. I think. I want to watch either the Arsenal, Manchester United, or the North London Derby again, or the
Yes,
Aston
yeah.
Villa game
Okay,
like
just
next year.
open, just open, just open.
Anyway, we'll talk.
Ladies
We'll
and
talk on the
gentlemen,
Yeah,
side.
we'll talk offline. Yeah, let's talk offline.
Yeah,
we will
yeah,
continue talking after this. So let's get back to business.
yeah. North London forever. I forgot to do that today.
Let it all wake up.
Masanga,
Let it all wake up. Let it all wake up,
uh,
Christian.
Masanga.
yeah.
So you found us when we've just tackled the first topic,
Mm.
and now we're tackling the second topic.
Yeah,
The
do you want me to put like a short 2 cents for the first topic? I kind of followed a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like it's a little bit conflicting for me because obviously like I do get the point that was raised uh, by Colleen about how like there's like all these diplomacy ties. I think for me my main concern about some of these issues is just the timing of it. I think if you look at our president, like he's sleeping in the same bed with these other presidents. Um, that their reputations are not good at the moment, right? So like for me, I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking like, okay, what's the game plan here, right? Like I feel like you can't talk about the Zim issue without bringing in the Tanzania thing as well, right? You look at how illegitimate that president won. Like it's well known. It's a well known fact. What's been going on there, the violence, the killings. You know. So we go there and we just say, hey, we need them. But like they also need us, right? It's not a one way traffic, right? Same thing with the Mnangagwa. Yeah, I get the whole idea. He went to Unza. In fact, I think he was close with Lungu from Unza as well. But at the same time, like we need each other, right? Like I just don't get the timing of it all, right? It's closer to elections. It's sending a bit of a different signal, where uh, kind of like a last speech type of move. Like if HA didn't go to that by inaugural thing they had, like it's only like MOM that they signed really basically like it's you know like what difference would it have made, right? Like I think if we had done this or we tried to repair this relationship at the very beginning, right? If we saw Vim was valuable to us, I was our close neighbor, we share the same border, all these things we're talking about, like open border, why didn't we table this from the get-go? Maybe I do understand the relationships may not have been okay, but if you saw the value of sharing the same border as him, that's one of the conversation he could have started, right? Just like the way we started conversations with DRC, right? Remember we started the border talks with Congo. We had an open border on that side. We brought in Congo into that Lobito conversation as well. So like my standpoint is like, why are we doing this now? you know, Why are we doing this now with these people that their reputation is, if anything, is has worsened since HH came into power, right? So that's where I stand. So I'm just scratching my head,
Mm.
thinking like, why are we putting ourselves in this situation at this stage, right? This is like in HH has probably less than a year. Right? And these people are known, these guys are known for the wrong reasons, right? Look at that convicted felon, right? He was arrested for more than a year and a half through corruption, but he's taking a picture with our president at a community house. So like it's one of those things where like I feel like people hold HH in a certain regard. So if you start seeing him like mingling with all these dictators, the convicted felonies, right? You can see the uproar from people. Like you can kind of connect the dots why people feel that way. So I submit.
So you're saying in short that the Zimbabwean trip, you don't think it's necessary, or?
I think it's necessary, but it's just the timing of it. Like I feel like some of these things we could have started before. Like why do we have to start seeing the value of having the same border or border ties with Zim,
Hmm.
right? If the moment he walked into State House, he knew like you need Congo. Congo don't have maize, they need our maize, right? We share the same border with Zim. Trucks pass through. You knew TZ, you need to bring like oil from there. You need to bring like commodities, right? So you the moment you step into that office, you start creating those relationships. There's gonna be differences, just like I'm a neighbors, right? We have differences, right? But you don't want to start repairing differences when you maybe let's say are desperate, you need something. I feel like maybe that JJ incident could have been avoided had we started to repair some of these relationships earlier enough, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess but it is what it is. It's like we need each other since we've been brother and sister kind of had that relationship for many years. Why break it now? Despite, of course, there's a lot of feelings for the fact that Mnangagwa is always siding with the PF, or maybe it looks like that. I mean, we may not know exactly, but it looks like he's been harboring a lot of PF. Every time they're in trouble, they go and seek refuge in Zimbabwe. So that on its own shows that it was showing to the Zambian people. When they look at that, they're like, oh, why is Mnangagwa shielding them when he should be above ground and above board to say, look, this is more like a Zambia issue. If you have issues there, go sort them out. Or it is what it is. I mean, there's not much we can do about it, but I think it's a positive move. Better late than never. Like Bakalinda said, I think Zimbabwe needs us more than we need them. So but just for the equation itself, the president HH was saying like, look, instability in one country is instability. It affects everybody. So because of Zimbabwe, there are sanctions that have been slapped on them, and he's preaching for that, to say, look, they remove the sanctions from Zimbabwe, so that they're able to trade freely and they're able to run their own business affairs and continue developing as a nation. Other than just depending on their neighboring countries, for everything. A lot of Zimbabweans have migrated into Zambia. There's a lot of Zimbabwean, and everywhere in the world now. I mean, very few people are remaining in Zimbabwe. So that on its own, I think we need to tackle the Dangote issue. Dangote, what's his first name?
Alika.
Okay, before we go there,
Uh-huh.
I need to say something.
Go ahead.
On this Zimbabwe issue, I
Uh-huh.
think that a lot of people are missing. Let's also remember that right now Mnangagwa is a SADC chairperson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Heads of state chairperson, and then HH is the immediate chairperson of SADC. Let's just put that into this whole discussion.
Mm.
That's another perspective I believe to look at and think about it and let it marinate. Maybe he went there as the immediate chairperson of SADC, and then Mnangagwa is the current SADC chairman. And one way or the other, the two have to meet. I understand. I mean, the timing raises issues, but like Patricia says, it is what it is. But let's throw that in. That that SADC thing could have a hand in it as well.
Mm.
It's not just them two meeting just because. So
Okay.
I think there's more to it than the eye. I leave it there.
Okay. So the Africa's richest man, Mr. Dangote, finally visits Zambia. What are the implications? What does that mean for Zambia itself? What are we going to gain from that visit? Of course, this is a man that's got investments across Africa, across the world, including Zambia itself. And now he's saying he can solve the electricity issue, or the electricity problem that Zambia has. He can solve it. Do you think he can single-handedly solve the whole issue? I think that's a big question we need to ask ourselves. Or he's just going to play a part to drive to that, destination.
Baba Karinda, can you mute yourself, please?
Oh, okay.
Gracias.
Oh man, it was Vakarindagansh. So yeah, uh, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, is Dangote going to solve the entire electricity problem? Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Uh-huh.
I think that's not the
Mm-hmm.
the purpose for him. He's not coming to solve our problem.
Mm-hmm.
Dangote already has a footprint in Zambia's developmental projects.
Mm.
The cement, Zambia Cement Limited, whatever they call that, Dangote Cement Zambia, whatever.
Mm.
So he's already has an impact on our economic growth.
Mm.
But this time around, he came specifically to invest, to see whether he can also come and invest in expanding our energy generation capacity.
Mm.
So this is the difference in this visit. He's not coming to produce power for us. He's coming as an investor to
And as
see
an
whether,
investor.
as an investor, to come and invest in the energy generation capacity. So let's not. I know the PF are
Mm-hmm.
standing on the mountain top saying, "Oh, they are now running to foreigners to come and solve our problems."
Mm.
It's not the case.
No, it's
The
not.
case is that he is a businessman. He has seen an opportunity
Mm.
where there's need for a product. As a businessman, you can't go there and provide that service. That's the basis of good business. You go and
Correct.
solve a problem,
Mm.
and then make money.
Mm.
Yeah.
So let's look at it that way. We have not called him to come and solve our problems. He's not gonna come and solve our problems. Zambia, the UPND government is also doing what it can to have this energy generation, especially the green energy generation capacity
So,
increased. So we're gonna be partners. He's gonna come with his money. He's gonna do his own thing and help us increase the capacity to sustain ourselves in terms of energy. So that's, to me, it's a good thing. Nothing to worry about, because he's coming with his own money and investing, and we're also doing our own thing with our own projects. We're not stopping, and he's not coming to solve our energy
yeah.
crisis. Okay.
So sorry about Danny for jumping in. I'm glad the whole power thing has come up because I was hoping maybe about Danny, if you probably have more like a background knowledge, as in where we are.
Yeah.
now why we are where we are. I think it's very important for me. I think personally, before we're done, you can maybe give us some light on why things are they are.
Hello? Was it
No,
cut off?
no, but
No.
Danny, I think he's asking you a question.
Oh, he's asking me as where we are at.
And why are we where we are? What happened?
Oh,
Why?
I mean
Can you?
the president has explained this in
Hello?
white and black before. It's because
Hello?
hello, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh no, what I was yeah. So basically, yeah, my thing with all this is this. I don't know if my stance on this is this, right?
Yeah.
When we first had this power issue, if you guys recall, when we had this first power issue, um, we resolved it, right? Maybe Dan can also tell us how we resolved it then. But I think what bothers me the most is how we jumped the gun, right? We jumped the gun to make it seem like this problem is gone, done and dusted, right? Without even putting into account all these other things like maybe exports, imports, the grid, the ever-growing population of Lusaka, for example, maybe the maintenance effect, and let's not forget the drought as well, right? If you look at HH's cabinet, there's a reason we have all these like green economy ministry, all that stuff. So, like, I still can't believe that after we fixed that problem temporarily, we didn't explore other avenues of like kind of like a contingency plan. We just use it to gain like a political mileage and just throw things like, hey, this is a thing of the past. So like that's what bothers me the most about all this. I don't know if maybe it's too much of a reaction, but I thought maybe the group could could maybe share more on this, because I think accepting the problem and letting people know it's a short term and this is a good time to start doing other things to stop the issue coming back was the way to go. As now it's too deep now. Like it might even affect like how many people vote for us, right? So
I think I get what you're saying. Brian. The issue I think here is Zambia. Of course, we know we've been relying on hydro. For the most part, hydro has been our key source of energy. And you see, Kariba Dam was built, a long time ago when the population was small, and there were no plans to say, well, in the next coming 50 years, okay, what's going to happen? There were no long-term plans. All we had is just Kariba Dam, hydro. We got that. Yeah, I mean, we all know we are in a, strategically located in a good hemisphere where it rains all the time. So people didn't really think about it to say, what if there's drought? What if what? So this is where maybe this cannot be lumped on the UPND government, because the UPND government has just been here for just 5 years, right? Less than 4 years, going to 5. The issue of electricity problems started way back, long time ago. But all these past governments didn't sit down to say, they didn't put down their brains together, bring in experts to say, can we find alternative sources? If the hydro or the Kariba, or if there's no rain, what's going to happen? Because they've always been investing heavily in Kariba Dam, Kariba North,
so
pumping
why
a
didn't we
lot
do
of money.
something different about it?
Sorry?
Why didn't we do something different? If we knew we went into office, we told the people we're gonna fix that issue, right? So when we
Okay,
came
so
into
okay,
power, why
okay.
why why didn't we make it an important thing to try to look at all possibilities of fixing the issue.
Yeah. So, like I'm saying, like, look, like this issue has been there for a long time. This current government has just been here for just, we can just call it a term now. And there's no way, like, these are huge, projects that cannot be done in 5 years.
Okay, but Sylvia, like our president said, he's failed in this sector. He himself said that. So failing means you try to correct something. It's like we buy exam, right? You can still study for the exam and fail, or you don't study and fail. Right? So
Okay,
for him to come out and say he
let
failed,
let Oscar Mwanza come in and explain to us. Maybe he's got a better understanding on this one. Mr. Mwanza, are you there? Oh, Mr. Mwanza, I think he's dropped out. But Dr. Danny.
Okay. I understand what my brother is trying to say here regarding the power generation. The thing is that this is a problem that cannot and will not be sorted within 5 years. It's impossible. All right. One, the two main things that collided here that made the whole problem so big is, of course, one, we had very, very much over reliance on hydropower in our country. 85% of power generation in Zambia, as we speak, comes from hydro. So it was too much to depend on one. And then when you depend on hydro, then you have the worst drought ever in the history of the country hit you. Okay? So these two factors where we are depending very heavily on hydro and then the drought hits you, it's a very bad recipe. Very bad recipe. Now, when we came in power in 2021, could we have solved the power generation capacity of a country within 5 years? No, it takes a minimum of 15 years, okay, to turn around the power generation capacity of a country. So we are in for a long ride. There's no way we could have come in power in 2021 and 2022 we solve the problem of power. Impossible. We need a minimum of about 10 to 15 years to turn around the picture that we have from hydro to other alternatives. So it's not that when we came in power we're gonna be magician and solve the problem. We have started investing. There are 68 projects as we speak right now. 68. Okay, the green energy farms and projects going on right now to try and turn this picture around. So it's not that we are sitting down since 2021. We're not sitting down and saying, okay, we're not solving. Actually, HH is investing a lot of resources and manpower and all the resources and bringing in investors. Look, the Israel president just left the country. They were talking about green energy. Israel is one of the biggest influencer of green energy in the world. So he's bringing all these people in the picture. It will not take 1 year. It will not take 2 years, 3 years. It will take a minimum of 10 years. So we couldn't have solved it in 2022, 23. Boom, done. Magic wand. It's impossible.
But Danny, before I forget, when you say that, I agree with you. It's not something we solve in 3-4 years. But the problem is our president made it seem like we solved it in that quick turnaround. That's what I find shocking, right? So like for me, like I think HH is a very smart president, and the way like Danny laid it down is probably the same way like he and his colleagues are looking at it. That's the reason why he's investing more into green energy and all other avenues. We hear about coal, we also see the solar, right? But for me, I think had we used that opportunity, right? And I think that's most people miss this point. Had we used that opportunity when we fixed it short term wise and turn the corner there and start pushing the envelope on all these things you're talking about, right? Who knows? I'm not saying like would have completely wiped out the problem, but we could have maybe even been ahead, right? But we just made it seem, and people take what the president says at face value, right? Because his campaign strategy was like, I'm gonna fix things, right? So, but Danny, if people are voting you to fix things, and you fix one thing and you tell them that Mwamona I've fixed, it's a thing of the past, it won't happen again, right? Then if it comes up, people are gonna look at you like what, like as if you are lying, right? So I just feel like we lost something there. I felt. Yeah.
We had not fixed it before the drought hit us. We had not fixed it. We're still 85% dependent on hydropower in Zambia before the drought.
Yeah.
So it was just that we had received rain at that time, and then the picture looked like it was sorted. We had not done anything.
Yeah.
Basically, it was a natural blessing that we had enough water at that time, and then it looked okay. And then when the drought hit us, that's when the truth came out that we had no other alternatives other than hydro.
Yeah.
So we had not fixed it. Maybe what we can say is to the Zambian people is that maybe going forward we should not be too political in our way of
Yeah,
talking. We should be
absolutely.
realistic.
Yeah, that was
Let's
so
be
political. That was very political, and it was very
Yes,
casual. Very
exactly. So
casual.
let's not be very political in our language, and let's be realistic and say, call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Now, as a politician, politicians are afraid to call a spade sometimes because that doesn't bring votes. So
No.
there's a balance between being honest and being a politician. So the philosophers have always described politicians as the being a good politician is being able to tell the best lie that people are gonna buy into.
Yeah.
So we have to realize that politicians will always be politicians, and they will never tell us the truth, the face value of something sometimes. But sometimes it's better to tell the truth than being very political.
Especially when you still retain a lot of confidence from the people,
Yes,
right?
yes,
It's
yes,
actually a good time to say to call a spade a spade.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I feel like,
Gentlemen,
and that's
gentlemen, gentlemen,
Rajashinda
gentlemen.
has got something to say.
I've
sorry,
been too
sorry.
quiet for too long.
All
Can I
right, you
just jump
guys.
in real quick? Can
Okay,
I just
as
jump
much
in
as
real quick?
okay, as much as my Brian was bringing out some points, and Madani,
Uh-huh.
let's hear the lady herself.
I'm the lady of reason. Okay. So, and I love numbers. Okay. I love numbers. So, let's take a look at the Zambian energy situation right now. Okay. So, ZESCO is producing about just under 1,000 megawatts daily of the power of our power needs. We need ZESCO to be producing of at least 4,000 megawatts to sustain everybody in the country. And let's also realize that only 44% of 22 million people are benefiting from that ZESCO power generation. Okay, so we have a population of 56% either relying on their own small solar or, some small, power generation activities. I mean, like that young man in Sowazi who is powering the whole village by, doing a makeshift power generation project from the Zambezi River. So, I mean, there are so many of these entrepreneurs who are doing that. Now, that's 56%. Only 44% relies on ZESCO. So those are the numbers as we speak, we need to put into context. And then for a solar project to come into fruition, it takes 2 years for everything to run. Understandably, we had the West drought. And then we also have to remember the president was not just dealing with the energy issue. He also had to deal with our big date situation. That took almost 2 years, 3 years to be taken care of, for the deals to be signed, and for us to get a breather. Now that we have a breather, and you know, when you talk to people in Zambia, they will tell you that we have confidence. Yes, he has told us so many. You know, I mean, he's a chief marketing person, so he will tell you sweet things. That's how his Mutinta's act, as he says himself. So, but the people on the ground, they are telling us that at least we know there is something, there's hope. Or as our former, as the founding president used to say, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So they're not just sitting on their laurels; they're doing something. So people can just, you know, I think by next year, if we get good rent for this year and we have better water, you know, allocation with the Zambezi River Authority in Kariba, we should be somewhere.
Yeah.
And we have a
there.
lot of solar farms coming into.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a lot of projects happening in the background. So
Yeah.
I think the bottom line is this: the good part, the current government did not fold its arms and say, "Oh well, what else can we do?" You know, there's a lot of projects happening in terms of alternative sources in the core areas. Well, you know, we know Mamba Collieries, you know, they're just doing the second part or second phase, you know, of the core, another core mine. So core energy thing. So there's so many, and all these solar projects that are coming up each and everywhere. Almost like just was it 2 days ago, I was seeing Zesco themselves. They were I think they're about to commission another 50 megawatt solar plant. You know, so Zesco itself as a company, they've started to invest in alternative sources. So there's so many projects, and if you hear the president's language, he's always talking about coming in energy with as an investor. He's always, you know, pushing that agenda to say, if you want to invest your money, invest it in energy. We'll provide you facilities.
And the problem is, like, all these things you guys are talking about, you know, these are great initiatives that will ultimately will solve the problem. But the problem again is like the communication team. Like, we can't really communicate these things properly to like a layman or like just a regular Zambian to understand all this.
Okay.
Right? We just let them like just say like as if we're not doing anything.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We've got somebody who's just joined us. Wasim Konda. I think maybe the power is just power come now or what? Talking about Zesco, because you're telling me there was no power. So, Mr. Simukonda, what's happening in Zambia?
Thank you. How are you, everyone? Long time.
Go ahead. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Everybody's fantastic. Everybody's enjoying their weekend. Yeah. And you've just come at the time.
Thank you very much.
Talking about energy. And I believe you told me that you haven't had power for the last 2 days.
Okay, thank you very much. Not really 2 days. It's I think the power went yesterday around 18 hours, and then it came this night 21 hours. But also it's just coming. It's on and off. So I think today, I think the Zesco they sent a message. I think yesterday to say today they were calling maintenance. I think there's a problem. I think about I don't know, since we Len started, so now I think there was something they were working on. I think on 2 districts. So that's the reason why we had no power. So the power was supposed to come around 18 hours, but it went up to 21 hours. So that's why we had no power from 18 hours, which is 18 hours was a road shading. Then in the morning, that's when they are doing the maintenance up to 18. This is when the power has been restored, but also it's just coming, it's on and off.
Sound coming from you or Vakalinda? There's a beeping sound.
I am muted.
Oh, okay. Maybe anyway. It's okay. Go ahead, Basum Konda. If you can just give your submissions. We've tackled we first started with the PF confusion. the visit, President HH finally visits Zimbabwe. And we were just talking about Dangote's visit as well to State House. And that's where even the issue of energy came in. So you can pick whichever topic you want to tackle and put your 2 cents. And that would be great. Oh, I think we spoke too early. He's gone. So anyway, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, well, I think we've tackled the Dangote issue. I don't know if you guys heard.
I haven't spoken on that. I was just giving you the numbers. I haven't. I was just giving you the numbers. So with Dangote coming in, I mean, I see it as he's not going to solve the Zambian issue, but he will be part of. You know why I say he's not going to solve the Zambian energy crisis? Let's just put it the way it is. Is that the man is a businessman to begin with. I mean, if he had to solve the Zambian issue, why can't he solve the issue of because even in Nigeria, they have an energy crisis. He hasn't been able to solve that. Why? I was asking myself, why hasn't it sorted out the homeland?
There's nobody who is saying that other than PS.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just, put it out there for people. Sometimes you just have to put it out there for these people to understand that he is coming in as a businessman. He has seen an opportunity, and he's seen that the policies that this government is putting in are going to are favoring his businesses. Right now, he's making money off the cement he's selling in Zambia. So that's just one way of what he wants to do. Energy. We welcome him to, contribute, and so that, we stabilize our energy distribution levels for everybody to enjoy, not just because right now CESCO is just supporting the line of rail, but they don't go into rural areas where it's needed, where farmers need this. To produce more maize and export and bring in foreign exchange. I leave it there.
Okay.
Can I just
go ahead.
A word before my thought evaporates somewhere?
Go ahead.
My brother here said something about communicating to our citizens properly about what's going on in the country. It's very important for citizens, especially our citizens, the majority of them that don't understand complex issues in terms of how problems are solved, in terms of magnitude. I mean, huge problems like electricity generation in our country. I really suggest, like, I know some of us have lived abroad for a long time, and whenever there's a crisis in a country or something major in a country, for example, when there was a huge snowstorm in Canada at one time in 2001, 2002, somewhere there was a deliberate program, because so many things were destroyed, the power lines were destroyed, and there was a lot of stuff that the government had to do. They started running a program called Powering Canada Forward. Okay, when they said what the government actions are there to secure the whatever. So that program ran every week, and they were bringing experts explaining what the government is doing and all that until the crisis ended. So we need such type of programs to educate our people. Deliberate programs should be put on radio and television to talk about this crisis we are in, so that we educate the people. All right. So we need the deliberate effort to communicate this information to the people. We bring every Thursday or every weekend, for example, Powering Zambia Forward or something to do with energy for all or lights for all Zambia program or something like that. So that experts come in, explain to the people what we are doing as a government, and then the expectations of people will be realistic. Because right now, if you ask someone in Cairo Road, you say electricity, they don't want to bring our light. It's because that shows that people are ignorant about what is happening. We need to educate our masses. Thank you.
Yeah, that's well said. Well said, Doctor.
You see, yeah,
Yeah.
so that shows the people are not understanding the
Yeah,
whole problem
that's
and how
that's
we
the
can
thing.
solve the problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have to do a good job at like communicating. I think that's where we are now, because
Yeah.
we can't like, if I always think about Dorothy Leah. If Dorothy Leah was a government spokesperson and all these initiatives that Danny brought about, oh my goodness, like PF would be untouchable. They would be untouchable because they would have known how to get that across the people, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So that being said, gentlemen, let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. I don't know if you guys you saw that. I think a few days ago, there's a $10 million project that has started, which is going to soon be commissioned. A rice training center, in Mansa, Luapula province. Gentlemen, I don't know how many people have been to Luapula province, but I've been there, and the place has got a lot of.
Don't just claim. I've been to Kashikishi, I've been to Mansa, I've been to Kasama, I've been to Chisari, I've been to Pik. So at least I know the geography.
No, nobody is claiming. I lived in Zambia for 3 years. I was in boarding school there, and we used to travel all the time when we want to go to Mansa for school games and stuff like that. So I was there for like over 3 years. I know the province itself, but my thing was saying, like, look, the place is so beautiful when it comes to the landscape, and it's actually right for projects like this, because it's a swampy area, and for the most part, people just grow tute. That's the main staple food is tute. They eat a lot of tute, even more than maize. You know what I'm saying? So if you walk anywhere, you find a tute, a field of tute, cassava field, and so on and so forth. But there's so many swamps, so many wet areas where this will be ripe. I mean, I believe this training center will be dedicated to grow different types of rice seeds, and they'll train the people how to grow rice, which is good. I mean, if there's a center like that, I think there's one program that we did maybe last year. I think I told you, like, when I was reading a book, A World in the Life of China, how China turned around its economy by just using agriculture, and the main thing was rice. And right now, as we speak, they've got over 1,000 varieties of rice. Imagine 1,000 different types of rice. I didn't even know that you can have such kind of the varieties. So this will be a center that's going to train individual Zambians to how to grow certain rice seeds to be planted in certain areas around the country. So it's a good thing. It's a good move. It's a $10 million project, and so all these things are I think are quite news. To be honest, if you ask me, in the long run, this is going to build that capacity for Zambia, not only to concentrate on ubunga, but even just rice itself. Imagine the kind of market we're going to have within Zambia, within the region, and even across. So, gentlemen, who wants to tap in on this one? The $10 million project in Mansa.
Can I go in? I can go in first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, rice growing in our country is definitely, there are parts of our country that are suitable for such projects. And of course, Northern Province and Luapula and Chinga, these are particularly suitable for this type of projects. The only thing is that I just want these projects, because these projects really involve massive land or massive wetlands. I don't want our people, because we're already talking about Chinese people here, okay? So I don't want our people to be victims of this type of projects. Kafue floods, where I come from, Shikatende, the whole Kafue floods was taken in the PF era in the name of rice growing projects, okay? it was given to the Chinese by the PF. I was the victim, displaced. We don't have grazing land right now in Kafue Floods, where I come from, Chikatende. It's taken. Okay? In the
But
name
was that project ever
it
done?
never took off. The land now belongs to the Chinese people, and they are selling to us.
See? Now the difference on this one is already up.
Okay.
The building is there. They're building a theater. Like
No.
it's already like
What
like,
what's happening is that this one they are building. It's a training center. It's not really. These are not rice fields or whatever.
Or even compensate. They've given them land as well for rice fields.
Okay.
Right. I think they've given them how much was that? How many hectares?
Okay, so that is a training center. The people from all over Zambia will be going there to be taught how to rice and do that and that and that. What I'm trying to say is that let's not victimize our citizens. I've seen it happen in Kafue flood under the PF. People were displaced. No, we're bringing rice growing thing, and these guys now they have built the secondary school there, Chinese secondary school, and all that type of thing. They are not anything to do with rice growing. So very cautious about projects that.
So I think I hear what you're saying. You're worried about displacing the local.
Yes. Yeah. In the name of rice growing it requires a lot of land. Okay. So let's be careful. Let's be very careful.
So let me just before you come in, let me just give you just an update on that one. They are saying the upcoming facility will encompass about 6.5 hectares of rice production fields.
6.5, that's good. That's a training center. That's okay.
And a renovated 10,000 liter water reservoir, modern electric center, and all that stuff. So I think that's what they've given them. And
10 hectares. That's a very small piece of land.
Yeah, it's not that. So 6.5 hectares. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I don't know what the PF gave in the few there.
The whole Kafue plant.
Yeah.
You go to Shikatende. Where's my sister? My sister is where is she? This is where we used to send our animals for grazing. It was communal grazing land. We no longer have that. It's all given to the Chinese.
I agree. I'm from Shikatende. I've got 2 legs in Lugwalo and Shikatende. Yes, that's happened.
Yeah.
It happened.
Oh man.
So that land, we used to go there, take our animals. The whole day will be just gallivanting around the Kafue floods. But now you'll be shot dead if you go there. The Chinese will kill you. Yes.
And there's no rice fields.
There's no rice there. They got it. Say, there will be rice growing scheme. So this training center they are building is good. They will teach Zambians how to grow rice. That's fine. I'm okay with it. But when it comes to start grabbing land, it will say, now we want to start growing rice here, get out. No, I'll be against that.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Sakala. Kambankoni Mdala. Brian. Are you there, Brian? It looks like Brian is stepped out. So, Vakalinda, what are your 2 cents on this issue? I know you are.
Well, I mean, for me, here's what I'm saying. It's a good thing. Let our people learn a new skill of how to grow rice so that we can move away from this dependency of akabunga. All right, so it's a good thing, and I hope the people who be trained will be also trained, not just growing, but assist them in acquiring land so they can grow this rice. Like we say, it's not just Northern Province. The people in Western Province are doing it right now.
That's good.
So I mean, it's a good thing, and hopefully, it kicks off, and our people, especially in Northern Province, where they have this swampy area where it's good for rice growing, really take this up, and it takes off for the for the sustenance of the country. That's all I have to say on that one.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I've never been to Western Province, but I think the landscape is similar to Luapula Province, I think, as well. So, these two provinces, I think these kind of projects, I mean, if they're doing it already in, Western province, that's good.
We've been doing it for hundreds of years in Western.
They've been doing
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for 100. Haven't you
Yes,
gone
yes.
to markets? Rice from Mungu. Mungu rice.
Mongo rice.
Yes,
Yes,
they're
Mongo rice.
great, and we sell it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what we want it to happen is you go and find it properly packaged and distributed, and we start exporting at a larger scale. I mean, I know it's been happening, but I think we've been doing it at a small scale level.
No, rice production
Mm.
is for internal, just local consumption. You cannot compete on international level with rice production. Impossible. We can't enter the international market
With the right facilities, with the right training.
It's
Right
impossible.
packaging?
They are big producers. India produces excessive rice that they just throw it away sometimes. So there's no way we can talk about international exporting one. Let's feed our people. I think this is good for people's local consumption only. We cannot compete at international level. China, Bangladesh, all these Asian countries. Those guys produce massive amount. All the rice we eat comes basically from India and China. That's it. So we can't enter that market easily. Impossible. Let's just feed our people. Hunger, local. Yeah.
Mr. Sakala, are you back now?
Sorry, I'm in and out trying to deal with that little guy here.
Oh,
So yeah, so I'm following.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything to say on this issue?
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
Okay.
I think you've raised some good points already. So
Fantastic. Now the big one, Lobito Corridor. Huge, massive project. I think this initiative has been there for some time, but I think now we're seeing the EU, coming, to take a step forward by, investing heavily £2 billion pounds in this project. Okay, and I saw a lot of signings. They gave grants, I think over 100 million pounds, just grants for local businesses that are going to support the Lobito Corridor, and of course 50 million to Zambia Railways, to revamp it, and make sure that everything is aligned with the whole concept. Gentlemen and lady, I think the lady should start first, since she's the only lady here. Vakalinda, what do you think about this summit that
Mwabasungu barembo nakunondera ndifitundu. Let the dog start. I'll come in a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so
for me, I have to be honest with my analysis. This is like, from my medical point of view, is like me. I get a syringe, I start drawing blood out of an animal, sucking the blood with a needle, a syringe. This is going to be sucking our resources, guys. This is not development. This is exploitation. I know we're going to benefit a little bit out of it. The truth is that they are coming to get our resources. This is an exit point for raw materials for the developed countries.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's not get excited about someone coming to pick our things and taking to America and Europe and we're saying, oh, this is development, Lobito Corridor. To me, as a Zambian, I want our minerals to be processed in Zambia, in Angola, whatever. Not someone who has brought money and said, okay, you guys, I want to have a shortcut to go to come to Munyurunga and get your minerals so that I take them to America. And then we are clapping. It is a project which is going to bring some employment and a little bit of whatever urbanization along that rail, whatever comes with that type of infrastructure. But let's be honest, this is the Western powers coming to get our resources, and we shouldn't be clapping. We should be sad. Napua. That's the way I look at it.
No, I think that's a great point, because I think even I know you brought up Dangote, like he made the same point as well to say, the problem in Africa is like we have too many raw materials leaving the country,
Yeah.
right? There's no processing, right? Like you see the Western are very keen on this. Like since when did you hear like the US investing
Putting money in
putting this
Zambia.
amount of money in an African project? Like you never hear that. Look at the electrical vehicles. They're taking over, right? They need our copper, right? So we know when they make such moves, right? Like at the end of the day, we shouldn't just say, "Hey, bring investors, Chapwila Popen. Hey, we brought
Yeah.
this much investors." I think bringing investors should come with a condition, right? Like
Yeah.
we need to have, like, look at I grew up in Luansha. When those guys used to run the mines. We even used to have a place to go to. Like you go swimming, you go play tennis, all those facilities like parks and all that kind of stuff. Like these guys are just coming in, going, right? Even the forex we're earning on this. It's it's all like dollar is just coming out of the country, right? So like I think that's a very big concern. And if you look at the project itself, it doesn't really dive too much into how, like, let's say Zambia is gonna benefit, right? It just talks about how Zambia, the rail line will connect Zambia and Congo, those countries that have all the mineral resources, right? I haven't seen any emphasis on how that's gonna improve, the economic activities within those areas, and what are the things that will contribute to those communities. So
Okay. All
It's
right.
an extractive. They call it, if you go on foreign whatever for the US and EU, they call it an extractive project. Why do they call it an extractive project going on in Zambia and Angola?
Okay.
Yeah, go on US. What I can send the link. It's called extractive project. They are coming to extract.
Okay.
So that's where they call it. And us are sitting there clapping. Someone is coming to get our resources, and we're clapping and saying,
No. I think
No.
we need to get a little bit more information. In the group, I've sent a link to the first meeting that was there, and there's a detailed report I'll share with everybody. There's a detailed report on how this is going to happen. Yes, minerals will be taken out, but the president himself has emphasized there's going to be value addition. Okay, so along this same project, like I was saying, they've set aside money and they were giving out grants to those supportive industries that are going to be refining and doing the processing, supporting processes along the rail. So they've invested heavily in the mining sector, agriculture sector along the rail, and the rail itself. They're going to improve it. Yes, it's a gateway to Europe, where we can, export all these things, and it's a faster way to do that. But during that, there's going to be a lot of benefits as well. And here I'm going to play the devil's advocate on this one, because I was actually reading. I read about it, and I actually watched the. You need to watch it. I think it's about an hour long. Watch it, and this is just part one. There's going to be another meeting as well, second phase and third phase. They're going to explain further, how Zambia is actually going to benefit. I think that's a question, Brian, you brought out to say, what are we going to benefit really? Yeah, I mean, is it just boom, putting minerals on a train and boom, it goes? No. So the agriculture sector is going to improve, the mining sector itself, the processing centers, they're going to invest heavily in those. And Zambians themselves, Zambian-owned companies have been funded. They've been given money, to be able to facilitate all these, things that they would need, in case they need to process this, they need to process that, they need to do this. So funds have been set aside for that. So as much as they know that they're going to get, minerals, they also know, because it's going to be a yin and yang kind of relationship. Some benefits are going to, come from us. they're going to get what they need. We also have to get what we need. I think it's going to be a fair exchange of knowledge, technology, resources. It's a partnership. And you know what? The president is always talking about partnerships. He's not, he emphasized himself. He said, look, we need to change the way, the old system used to be. Back in the days, it was just Africa was just known by Europe as a place where you just go get minerals.
That's what it is.
So this time around, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to share some documents. I'm going to send them to you so that you can read what the project is really about this time around. And if you can just go and watch, what the president's speech in front of them, he was there telling them, he was telling them, like, look, and even gave an example clearly about himself. He said, when he was studying for his master's.
Can I just ask one question? One question. The Western world are coming to get our cobalt and copper for manufacturing electric car batteries.
Yeah, that's right.
Why can't they make them in Northwestern province?
Yeah, why don't we
Zambia and Angola? Why are they getting copper to go and make the electrical car batteries in Chicago? Why?
But and we're building our own here. We're building our own.
No, we're talking about Lobito. Okay, so they are coming to get that to go straight to the manufacturing companies that in Europe that manufacture car batteries. Why can't we tell them, come, bring your money in Shangombo and in Winilunga, let's make if you want to work with us. Now what they have done, they build a rail line which is very short. 40 hours. Quick extraction.
And it's on just on the
very
outside.
Efficient. Yes.
Okay.
On the outside.
So,
guys, let's wake up. Let's wake up.
We keep preaching about value addition
on this issue.
This is an opportunity.
I hear your points, guys.
We should tell them, come and make a factory in Zambia and Angola. Not to come and get our resources and take them to go and make a battery in Europe. No.
That's why I'm saying it's very important that you guys actually watch that summit.
Are they going to be making batteries in Zambia? If the answer is no,
to be supportive industries.
No, I want car batteries.
I think look. The thing is, it's like that's the value right now. That's why copper and cobalt are so valuable.
Yes. So right now,
and that's why the copper prices are even. One of the highest in
cobalt is 40,000 per ton.
Yeah, exactly, right? So they have so much value for electric vehicle. Electric vehicle. Wherever you go now, it's they even have their own parking,
2030. Yes, 2030. All developed countries will have electric cars. That's it. That's
will be electric cars. So why can't we even have an electric plant for cars, for batteries?
Yeah.
Why don't we work with them and tell them, like, hey, look, you can still get our batteries from our manufacturing industry. We will manufacture batteries for you, and then you take them.
Yeah.
Right? Because they know the raw materials they are getting.
It's so valuable they're getting.
It's a value. They're getting value for money, right? You see?
We cannot justify this. No. This is exploitation.
So the point here, you guys, you're against it.
Yes. Me, I'm against it.
So it's going to do more harm than good.
Bashmana,
is that what
someone gets $100 out of your pocket and gives you $10, has that person helped you? No. He's giving me $10 and he's extracting $100 out of your resources. No.
Yeah.
Let's wake up, Africans.
And it's the same thing we have already. Look at our mines. How many things do we manufacture from that copper? So you're gonna get the same thing over there as well. And this time,
very fast. They want it very close to the port.
Very close to the port. And we want to preach value addition. And this is the biggest opportunity of value addition. If you have an electric vehicle plant, you have a battery plant, that's it, game over, right?
We have the future oil. We should supposed to be like Qatar right now, in Zambia and the Congo and what. We should be the richest countries in the next in the next decades, because we
Yeah.
have the most valuable, most wanted copper and cobalt
Yeah.
in the next generation of technology, and we're not taking advantage of that, and we're giving it away instead of being the center of production of
You
those.
see, even Glencore, look at all these guys. They're re-strategizing
Yeah.
the investment, so they know they are going to fish our raw materials, right? So if you see a lot of these like European, American, investing a lot, it's an eye opener to say what do they
Yeah.
really want,
Because
right?
there will be no more oil, gas, and fuel, no more gas. So these Arab countries now, we should be in the position of Saudi Arabia or whatever, the way they are enjoying their money of oil right now. We should also be enjoying the money of electrical car batteries in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. That's the way the countries we are producing copper and cobalt should be. We are well situated. God has gifted us, and yet we want to start giving it away just like that. And we start importing those batteries and cars. It's not right.
Okay. So on the flip side, I think Zambia is also going to benefit on this one. One, it's going to boost our agriculture sector, okay? Because they're going to invest heavily in promoting local, farmers along the line of rail. Why? Our goods can easily be exported, okay? So our agriculture sector is going to boom heavily. It's going to boom heavily because we will now have a faster link to the Western world. So agriculture, mining, and all these supporting companies. Look at how many people are going to be employed. Okay, so we need to also look at the positives.
That's a minor positive.
No, but
So, can I just come in here for a moment, gentlemen?
Sure.
I've heard the pronouncement on Lobito, the rail line, and all I hear. Remember, I'm in America, right? And I wear the American hat most of the time. We don't just come into a country without making our calculations how much we're going to get. No, the doc has said, they're giving us 10% of our 100%.
Yep.
I believe. So if you're talking about, so if you're talking, let me finish. I've been listening a lot. So if they're coming in here, their word is extraction.
Yeah.
So they're getting our minerals. I haven't heard where they're saying, okay, we are setting up in Soweto, we're going to set up a electric making battery plant, or we're going to set up in Winlunga, we're going to have a car making electric, I haven't heard that. And when you talk about agriculture, how are they going to do it? Are they bringing in machinery to industrialize our agriculture sector? Are they bringing in the technology that we need for our farmers to determine what crop they need to grow when? Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
So all those factors have to come in. We're excited that I think we should really. For me, I want to read on it. So I'm going to give this weekend time to read on it and what it is about. But when I wear my American hat, by the time you guys realize, we would have extracted billions and billions of minerals.
Right now, some of us are in our retirement age. We are looking at investments, okay? Where are you going to buy shares there and there? Yep. The companies for the future are companies that are in oil electric car business. Those are the companies that will be huge in the future. So that's where the future is. And that's where Zambia should now start putting their foot down and say, here, this is where we're going to be making our batteries and cars. That's it. We shouldn't be giving away this golden gift we've been given by our creator just like that and say, oh, they're going to do this. And no. This is exploitation. There's no way the president of America himself, Joe Biden, would come and you see when you see an American president visit a site, then they know there's honey there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
You,
there's no
you you
way.
see you see what done even I don't know I was looking at some of the stocks in Canada and then I
Yeah.
came across Jovi X uranium,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like these guys are coming to they're undertaking these projects, uranium projects, right?
From
Yes,
Africa.
and
Yeah.
then they even have the audacity to appoint one Zambian,
Yeah.
one
You know.
Zambian to the project,
Yeah.
and yet everything is gonna go out the window. And then even at we can and do it at value addition. We want to talk about value addition. All these
No.
things are value addition. All these
Mhm.
things. Why don't we create our own uranium plant? People were buying
Yeah.
stocks, uranium
Yeah.
stocks from you guys because you're not doing
They said
anything.
one Zambia
Huh?
uranium. They're buying. They're getting the uranium from Zambia,
Yes, they're getting
from
it from Zambia.
Mali, and
Yeah,
come to Canada, and they
yeah.
make billions of money.
They're making billions. Their stock, like natural resources. Obviously, the stocks can just skyrocket all of a sudden,
Yeah.
but they're gonna be in the money
Yeah.
big in the money, right? So like we like these are the issues, right? And that's what I was saying. Like that's why when it comes to HH, sometimes like you wanna be different, do something different, right?
Yeah.
You wanna be different, do something different. If you say you don't like dictatorship and all that, stand by that. If you wanna bring value addition, then push the value addition agenda. We don't want to
Yeah.
just hear like, oh, hey, whether we become airline, but on the other side you're saying value addition. But we're not seeing the value addition that will
No.
do both improve
No.
the people's lives and
No.
also like improve the economic standing of the country, right? So that's why for me
That
like
one I differ with my government. I
mhm.
differ greatly with my.
Valid points. I think let's give chance to Oscar. He hasn't said anything. Well, Oscar, welcome back. We've
Yes,
been having a heated debate here about the EU Lobito Corridor investment,
EU,
partnership.
America.
okay. Yeah, so I think at the beginning today, I said when we were talking about TF, I said I'm happy what is going on in TF, but I also have my other beef with UPND or the government or our government.
Mm.
This is, I think Lady Kalinda mentioned it. At my mother's funeral, people were talking how this, we always talk about this thing. We have the biggest mind, we have the largest mind, we have this large. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I said, if you're not careful, these guys will extract everything and you'll be left with a hole in 5 years.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so extracting 3 million metric tons, the president talks about it all the time. It
Mm.
means nothing if you're not going to collect enough taxes, if there's not going to be value addition.
Mm.
I mean, if you've been to Houston, you've seen how large the oil and the tankers that bring oil to the US. You would think they have oil, they have oil mines or drills. No, these guys can extract everything and you'll be left with nothing.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, and I think our government is not collecting enough. And as an economist, I can tell you they're not collecting enough. The reason I say so, forget about this PF left the debt and that kind of thing. I mean, we said we restructured the debt,
Mm.
but we're extracting more. And if we're extracting more, and the copper prices are high right now, but
Highest.
yes, but even our currency has kind of stabilized a little bit. But if you are pouring water in a bucket and the bucket is not filling up, what does it tell you? There's a hole
Yeah.
somewhere you're losing.
Mm. Okay. You're breaking out there, once.
I think we have lost him.
Oh, he's gone? Oh, he's dropped out. Oh, okay. He was bringing out some good points. So I think everybody's coming up with good points, and I think every Zambian needs to be concerned, really,
Yeah.
on this. Every Zambian needs to be concerned. But at the end of the day, I think we need some sort of an explanation or something that's going to, explain to all these questions you're raising. I think there should be somebody that should be employed to explain these issues and give a detailed analysis and a detailed, overview on what the whole project is about and how Zambia is going to benefit, and at what levels, our minerals going to be extracted. You see what I'm saying? Like, is there an agreement of how many tons will be exported as raw material, or is it going to be going out as finished products? So there are questions there. I hear what everybody's saying. There are questions there. But when I was watching the summit, those are the things I was hearing, that it won't be entirely raw materials, but there will be finished products as well. Mr. Mwanza, welcome back. You can continue your point.
Yes. So your point, I don't think for now it's raw materials. You know how the Chinese set up these mount facility zones.
Yes.
Okay, even if I don't know how much we are getting from them, but it also shows you, that along the way there are some value addition processes, right? So this is a bit of rail we're talking about. There's I haven't heard anything in terms of this is going to be a hub that will be making batteries or car assemblies or processing some of these materials. Even this cobalt, I hear cobalt. I'm not a metallurgist or something like that, but even cobalt, we are exporting it just as like that. That's just raw material, something that could even be processed in Zambia.
Yeah, even you look at the whole approach with the mining sector, where we give them like tax breaks, right? Like I would have thought like at some point we could have done like a two-way street thing where like, hey, okay, we know you made losses because of some of the policies that were there before, but also the copper prices are skyrocketing. That's your biggest revenue, right? So you cannot give them too much of a tax break, right? At some point, you have to fall into a windfall tax. If you're really pushing for the economic turnaround and benefits to the people, like you can't give these guys too much of a tax break. Like if they can just come and exploit and extract your minerals just like that, and you give them a tax break on top of other things, like then you never recover. You're just gonna lose all your resources. They go and make their own money, right? So we have to be careful, right?
That's a good point. That's a good
And,
point.
and just to add on that, I mean, let me just digress. You know how I am. Let me digress a little bit.
Go ahead.
Vakabuswe, if you're hearing me right now, I need you to give us an update on this aerial, mineral mapping that you're doing in Zambia.
That's it.
We need an update.
That's it.
We need an update because you're excited. We need an update on how what kind of minerals are where, how much is in there, how much they are worth. We need an update.
It's
So
huge.
it's serious.
Be given to the public. You can
I
imagine
mean, this is why we have issues, because even with the this Lobito corridor, the government hasn't been transparent. While you're doing all this, explain it to me. What benefits my cousin in Shikatende or in Lugwalo is going to get from this Lobito corridor? Explain it in a very plain language. Let's have transparency. That way, as we move forward as one voice. Not now we are questioning what are we getting, who is getting what. We need all that information out. So Vakabuswe, give us an update. Okay, let me say in my I don't know a lot of Kaon. Kafurumende Yangane.
Look at our brother, what he has done about stopping export of raw materials. Right now, he is making car batteries, he's making electric battery cars in his own Traore. The young man can do it. We can stop it as well and start doing those things within a short period of time. Why are we sticking on to this old? We know that we're being exploited and we're looking, our eyes are open.
And
and he
what do you say?
continues.
Was you doing Muzunga Chikonde?
Imagine.
Uh,
No, no.
Yeah, and we,
just one addition. One addition. I don't know that anybody saw the delegation that came from Canada that met the president. I think it's about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yes.
Like Lady Kinda said, when U.S. President Biden could hardly stand, but he made a trip
A trip
to,
to
yeah,
come
you
for it. Yeah.
know, there's something. This is when you need to negotiate hard. You know, the delegation that was meeting the president is all these big mud corporations here, the TD, Toronto
Yeah.
Dominion, all these guys. Yeah, so they know there's something here. You know,
Yes.
so
I
Yeah,
saw those
that's what. Yeah,
CEOs when
I
they
think
came. The biggest bank in Canada came
yeah,
to
oh, yeah,
Zambia.
yeah.
The
yeah,
CEO for the biggest bank in Canada came to Zambia and sat with the president.
Mm.
Then they
yeah,
know there's honey. Okay.
yeah.
So
So
like you are asking Bakalinda.
and you know how the Americans did it? First of all, we sent Kamala Harris.
yes.
You know why? Because they know we are excited. Oh, Kamala Harris, lived in Zambia, blah, blah, blah. Because, us, we like photo ops.
Hmm.
So that's what we're talking about. Kamala Harris came to tell about Haga in the Lobito Corridor just signed.
Yeah. And then Biden, he was there limping, coming all the way.
At limping.
He was limping. He was not in good health at that time still. But still he came to
Oh
come
my
and see where
God.
the honey will be coming from. I'm telling you guys, let's wake up.
So Bakalinda, you asked an important question about the mapping system. So right now, as I think as we know it, the government, they have enough data, enough information.
No, it's
No,
ongoing.
sorry.
It's ongoing right
Yeah,
now.
it's ongoing. But at this point, I think I don't know. They were last time I was hearing Wakabus were talking about. They were talking about maybe they've done like 30% or
Yeah.
40% somewhere there. So that 30-40% it's on its own is enough data to know, to say here there's this, here, and they can start working on, trying to, but that information they cannot give it to you and I, Bakalinda, to say, oh, in Wogwalo there's
The problem,
there's deposits of diamonds on
the,
this area at this coordinate.
that is the
Imagine the
problem we're going to have in the future because of this mapping.
Imagine the mayhem that's going to happen. Everybody will be rushing there now.
It's okay. We'll have millionaire Zambians like in Texas, millionaire Texans.
And let me just add on there. I mean, they don't give us that information, and yet the foreigners have it.
Yes.
The foreigners have it. Example in question, there's a group of white South African, and this video went viral several months ago, if not last year. Guess where they were found? In the deepest rural villages of Gwembe. What were they doing there? What were they doing there? They were mining gold or diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the company that's doing this mapping is a South African company. So, I mean, how did those people know they're South Africans? How did they know we had diamonds in that Gwembe village? And yet you don't want me as a Zambian to know. It's my birthright. It's my birthright.
Right. So, like all this, like diamonds, like I wouldn't be surprised if Zambia also has oil, especially in the western part of this country. I would be surprised to say if we ever find out in the next coming years to say we actually have oil, because look at where Angola is, look at where Zambia is. We share a border, and whatever is beneath there, nobody will know it, right?
The problem we have as a country is we just talk about empowering citizens, but we don't really mean it. Okay? If we really meant to empower citizens, let our citizens be powerful in the economy, we should be giving them information like that. Okay? Information like that should be given to people. For example, I know this thing is going to be very controversial in the future regarding people are going to be evicted because they have gold under in their land or something like that. It's going to be serious. People will be killed because of this. So we need to be very, very straightforward and open regarding some of these mappings we're doing. It's very important information, but it shouldn't be available only to a selected few. The way it is right now, it's not good.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm saying, like this is it's a very sensitive issue. Like you are saying, it may cause a lot of problem, displacements, and all that. But at the same time, I think it's good for government to have that information, at their palms, in case they want to negotiate with an investor. It'll be easy. The investor comes in, or whoever, or even ourselves. We look within ourselves to say, look, we got our sisters and all these experts. Let's mobilize funds.
Chufia, let me just come in quickly there, because again, I'm a numbers girl. We have 2 million people on the streets of Zambia right now without jobs. Okay, we have mapped. Okay, we have done 30% mapping, and in that 2 million, you have people that are interested in mining, and the easiest mineral you can mine, you can take off the ground right now and make money out of it. It's gold. It doesn't need a lot. All you need is a pick and shovel, and you get your gold. Tell your people, look, you guys, you need jobs. Okay, here is a piece of land. There's gold here, picks and shovels and whatever they need to sift off. Yeah, get that gold. I mean, right now, I mean, that's what we're using as what is it called? But Bank of Zambia have that as they're buying gold.
Yeah.
Okay, use that. Reserves, yeah. That's the word I was looking for. We have gold reserves now worth billions now here. The last time I heard from the Bank of Zambia. How about do that? Now look at that embarrassment the president got in Sinceli at Chingola. And what was that embarrassment of? It's all about Sinceli, which was shut down. I mean, I get it. 27 youths, lost their lives in that because of, safety issues. We get it. But what are you doing with it now? You have streets, you have those kids in Chingola who don't have jobs, and all they do every day is to find 10 kwacha and drink, what is that drink they call it? In Livingston, we used to call it the rosy one. Kachipembe. Kachipembe, that's what junta. That's what they're drinking.
Tujiri.
Yeah, there you have it. Yeah? What are you doing with that mind? But I don't to jiri and smoking chamber. Oh, come on, let's be serious. Bakabuswe. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, I think it's also like we just need to have like proper government policies, right? So it comes back to them. Look at Botswana, right? Look how protective they are of their minerals. They know it's valuable, right? So the more valuable a mineral is, the more protection you need to have, right? Like you have to put your people first in all these policies that you make. You can't always give the advantage to the investor, right? Because they will just take advantage of us. So we need proper government policies. All this Lobito, we sing a song, it looks good, but if we don't have a good policy to say, hey, we need that direct investment to our people, then we're just gonna keep being in the same spot, right?
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I think we're coming to the end of the program. This topic is pretty much huge.
Am I a gentleman? About gentlemen.
Them see.
I apologize, my lady. Can you please forgive me?
Anyway, because of Arsenal, I forgive you.
Okay. So let's wind up. Let's conclude the whole conversation, gentlemen and lady. Let's conclude the whole conversation. Everybody can give your 2 cents. You can pick whatever topic. Give your last words. Let's conclude, because this particular one, like I said, I'll send the information that I have so far. I'll send it to you guys. so that you can also read it and judge for yourself. And then we will start gathering more information during the course of the week, and maybe next week when we meet again, we'll be better informed and stuff like that. But your concerns are my concerns. The concerns that we've raised here so far are every Zambian's concern. We don't want to be taken advantage of. And nobody's willing to be taken advantage of, especially in the 21st century. I mean, those days are gone. Those days are long gone, where we would just sit and fold our arms, where they made decisions for us. I think this time around, we sit on the table and make decisions together. I think that's. I'll be wrong, but I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, we never had any control of our minerals, all through the 60s and 50s and all these other years. They were making decisions for us, and they were extracting minerals, whenever they wanted, and built cities in other countries. Okay, so let's start with the lady, Kalinda, since you're the lady here. We start with you. Your last words. Yeah, I don't know if you want to still talk about this or any other topic, but let's start with you. Then we go.
All right. All right. All right. Bakabuswe, I need an update on what are those people? The owners of Mupani. Who are those Indians? What's their name? I've forgotten it. I need an update on those Indians at Mopani. Are they? Yes, I want to know if they are meeting the benchmarks. I want to know if the $20 million they promise my people in Nampundwe, Mwembeshi area, my people in Chingola for social responsibilities, are they meeting that? Are they meeting the benchmark? Because if they are not, they shouldn't be in Zambia at all. We should be thinking about bringing other people. I need an update on that. And on a final level, I'll be hosting the Bantu TV podcast tomorrow. So if anybody is interested, please, I'll share the link. Come and join me at about 2:00, and we will talk more on. We'll give more updates on the political situation in the country, where we are going. Is it going to be a landslide for the UPND in the next elections, and all those good things are in there.
Fantastic. Right, Danny?
Okay. For me, I'm so excited about under 17 boys. I've been watching them. The boys are fantastic.
Oh yeah, I saw that game.
They are playing the World Cup.
Oh,
the
man.
Boys are simply fantastic. We need to keep that team together. Let's not split the boys. The problem with Zambia, the biggest problem we have in Zambia are our coaches. Our coaches are the ones that destroy our football. We don't have good coaches that keep the teams together, the players together. They are always splitting them. Every game we play has different configuration and everything. Coaches. We always get it wrong. We have the talent in Zambia, but we don't know how to employ the coaches for these boys. So let's keep these boys intact the way they are. They really know how to coordinate. They are below 17 years old, but if we groom them until they become a senior team, Zambia will be somewhere on the map of football. They are fantastic. The next thing I have in mind here is the mushrooming of being in an academics. I'm worried about the mushrooming of so many institutions, the so-called learning institutions in Zambia. It's like every corner there's this university of something, college of this, college of that.
Nothing everywhere.
Everywhere. I'm saying this because, to be honest, if the quality we're giving, because one of my responsibility as a Zambian is to help these kids back home. And I get these applications to these institutions, which when I Google, they don't even appear on Google. And then saying, you're going to this university? Yes, I want to go and get a bachelor's of public health. It's like public health is a huge program in Zambia right now. Everyone is studying public health. So, and I say, why is the government allowing this mushrooming or whatever? So I paid some money to this institution and then it disappeared. So I'm one of the victims of these mushrooming things, and then they just disappear with the money of the kids. So the government, Yanganepo, this it's too much to have these little learning institutions all over the country. Thank you.
Mr. Oscar Mwanza.
Oh, I have lots of issues. Okay, so I'll quickly go through them. It's supposed to be a summary anyway. With gold is everywhere. I tried it in Mombwa. The excavator, they call them excavator, right? We had rented. It was actually pulled to go back to Chisamba. And when I asked Chisamba, the boy said, "Oh, yeah, there's a lot of gold. Actually, Chisamba gold is even easier than Yakumumbwa. Some of those farmers that you see around that area, they are not just farming agricultural products. There's also some mining going on. So the government with this mapping and what we need to pay attention on this. And even in Mombwa, because I tried it, is foreigners. Lufunsa, the outskirts of Lusaka there on your way to Luangwa is foreigners. So it's foreigners, we are still bickering and foreigners are cashing in on that one.
Wow.
Second topic I want to talk about is the Dangote visit. I think I missed that when you guys, when I stepped out. I hope the president took note. I'm one person who believes in free education. I'm here because of free education from Kaunda days. But I don't believe free education is going to cut everything. Where are those jobs? The jobs are not there. Even if those free education, when for finished, there's no free education. We need to start creating trades, low value jobs, and those kind of things to absorb all this free education we're talking about. He talked about low-hanging fruit, of which one of them talked about power. This power is killing us. Even at the farm, when I call the boys, they are complaining. We have coal. Forget about this clean climate change agreements we get ourselves into. The technology is there now to produce clean power from coal. There may be pollution, but it's not that bad. So let's use it. Solar is great, but it's not everything. Like the past 2 days, even there's no sunshine in Zambia. Even these solar panels are not really producing much power. So that's one of them. And like Arinda talked about corporate social responsibility, whether it's Roberto, is what these companies come and set up, not even a school, not even a hospital, not even a housing for their workers. That's why shanty compounds everywhere, because no one in these agreements, I don't even know there's a portion on corporate social responsibility. And if there is it spelled out what these companies are supposed to do? Maybe no. And lastly but not the least, again, power, energy. We need energy. 2 hours, 3 hours is not a lot. And then the cost of living, particularly in urban areas, specifically Wunga, it's a whole topic on another day. We need to address it. It's going to cost us big time. This thing that we have no opposition, no strong opposition, don't buy it. We may end up with Tshisekedi in Zambia. So I'm done.
Okay. Thank you, lady and gentlemen, for joining us on the Retag podcast.
What about Mr. Sakala?
He's gone.
How can he go? How can he go without giving me a link to my? I want to buy it. How dare he does that?
Oh,
he needs to give me.
Go in the chat. There's something he put in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
maybe
I can give you his number after this if you want.
Yeah, give me his number. Give me his number.
Yeah. So, like I said, thank you, for joining us. And with me, my last remarks really is let's keep everything, positive. It may not look, the way we want it to look, but hey, everything will shape up in the near future, in the next coming years, and
Sure.
let's keep our fingers crossed. But I don't really believe that we're going to be taken advantage of. Maybe, who knows? I don't know, but I want to believe that we've got strong individuals that are there, that are negotiating behind the doors, and I don't think this is the Europe of the 50s that is there now, and it's not the Zambia that was in the 50s that is there now. So I think there's a huge difference. Okay, so Zambia forward, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet next week, and for now, let's close up.
Oh, before you go, Mr. Rachel,
Yeah.
I just want to mention, you support me, you guys. I'm standing Nainepa PF.
You want to make sure the votes are split, eh?
Yes, I was anointed.
Okay. Have you paid the 200,000?
I paid last
Have you
time.
paid the 2,000 budget?
PF is got 200.
Okay, bye, guys.
Okay, guys.
Enjoy your weekend.
Bye bye. That's hilarious.
God bless.
You too.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.